Okay, Assalamualaikum. Those of you who are online, let me know if you can hear me clearly and loud. And if there are no lags at all, let me know. You're not unmuted. Wi-Fi का? Zoom उस पे कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं? सिस्टम से स्पीकर्स कनेक्ट करना है, वो नहीं हो रहा। आप वहाँ कर दें, चलो आप Zoom लगा दें, मैं साइलेंट कर लूँ। चल रहे थे सिस्टम के कर दें, यहीं से कनेक्ट कर दें। हाँ, ये कल उन्होंने फोन किया था कि नहीं, स्लो है लेकिन है। वैसे फोन आता क्या करें?
मैं रोम की डिवाइस एक्सेस में रख लेता हूँ क्योंकि मैं पोर्ट इमरजेंसी के लिए यहाँ पे रख देता हूँ। अगर नेट स्लो चले तो मैं मौजूद ही आप कनेक्ट कर दीजिए।
ले आए हैं आई थिंक इट्स टेकिंग टाइम। और ये चल रहा चैटिंग
ऑन करें।
ये आपका नाम? ओके, तो आप कितने बजे आते हैं ताकि मैं उस हिसाब से, अगर 10 मिनट्स पहले आ रही हूँ 8:20 पे, तो अभी कनेक्ट कर देंगे 10 मिनट्स में, ताकि टाइम से स्टार्ट हो जाए क्लास। ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच। जी ओके, कैन यू हियर मी द पीपल ऑनलाइन? प्लीज टाइप, जल्दी से टाइप कर दें या अनम्यूट करके बता दें। ओके,
Yes, ma'am.
फाइनली।
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, शुक्रिया। So we were discussing the reading pack. Aap log, the ones who are not in Karachi, I understand. Who is it? Hidayatullah took this course last time, or he? जी, आपने last time नहीं लिया था, complete नहीं किया था course. So he's been good enough, mashallah, to share the PDF with you. 1/4 आपने share कर दिया, बाकी करेंगे आप. So those of you who are not in Karachi, yes, you can use that soft copy. That is a big blessing to us, right? However, those of you who can get the physical copy, aap log please le lein. If you're in Karachi, do get it. Okay, highlight everything, read it at the right time. Okay, so now we're going to jump to the video, Healing Self, Healing Society. Now, just looking at the name of the video, what is it telling you? I hope there's no lag in the video today, because I think you're going to have a lot of issues with fall 2019. Okay? So Nimra, what you can do is you can take 2020, fall 2020 का आप ले लें, उसमें भी थोड़े से page numbers का मसला था. This semester is going to be the best for you. If you can, so please इस semester का ही ले लें, ठीक है? Don't go further back than 2020. All right. Right. So healing self-healing society. We talked about जब हमने जाहिल अवाम video देखी थी, right? There were issues that we can see around us, things that people are doing wrong, okay? And what that makes us feel is that everybody else, the awam, is ignorant or jahil, and we sort of feel it's sort of demotivating, and it's sort of you're looking at society in a way that you are not pleased with it, okay? As if they're doing something wrong and you're doing something right, and it's not helping you, etc. What he's going to say, and I hope there's no lag, but those of you who are online, you can mute the Zoom class and you can open your own window and start watching Sheikh Hamza Yusuf's video. Okay, so we're going to start from 7:30, around 7:30ish. Okay, 7 minutes आगे से हम शुरू कर रहे हैं, and we're going to, so keep connected, but we're going to discuss this. 7:07 से start कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? Earth cultivation, the purpose of human existence. Let me share this with them. Speakers are not working, are they? I mean, you can't hear it from the system.
Can
Oh,
you
now you
please
can.
share the link of this video?
Okay, I'll share it again. But can you guys hear this? I can turn on the mic. Hopefully it won't be an issue. Okay, thank you, the one who shared. Why am I? Okay, thank you. So you have the link. Now let us see if we don't have an issue with this. Can you hear? Is it clear from the system or from here? Okay, I think it's the mic. Okay, let me pause here. A very famous way that you guys as students sort of, I don't know if I can use the word so corruption, but something you do which you don't really view as such a big thing, right? Especially I feel like at IBA you don't really have बहुत ज़्यादा disciplinary action नहीं होता, and that's fine. I mean, you don't want to penalize someone so badly, but there should be, I feel that there should be some um, check over it, because अच्छा ये जो चीटिंग का एक कॉन्सेप्ट है जो मुझे समझ आती है वो ये है कि यू वांट टू हेल्प योर फ्रेंड, ठीक है, एंड दैट्स समथिंग होली दैट यू आर डूइंग समथिंग, यू नो, somebody is in trouble, they want you to help them, तो आप उनकी हेल्प करते हैं by cheating, ठीक है, by helping them in their grades. अब असल मसला, I think personally I feel that it's a lack of understanding of what that means, ठीक है. On one hand, it looks like something good that you're doing, but on the other, in the long run, what you're essentially doing is that what they came here for is a good education, right? And instead of helping them in that purpose, you're actually hindering that process. ठीक है, जब आप किसी की हेल्प कर देते हैं, यू हेल्प देम कॉपी, मतलब वंस इन अ वाइल, देखिए हेल्प ये है कि आपके पास एक हफ्ता है, ठीक है, और यू मे बी यू जस्ट हैव वन डे लेफ्ट बिकॉज यू procrastinated. I mean, I know I've been there, right? So last moment पे जब deadline है उससे कुछ घंटे पहले हम काम कर रहे होते हैं, ठीक है. So helping your friend would mean that you help them in the process. कि आप उनको links provide कर दें, spend time with them, explain the stuff to them, content express कर दें. Why do you have to cheat? Cheating just means that you got a grade which you did not at all डिजर्व, ठीक है, क्योंकि आपने मेहनत नहीं लगाई, आपने बैठ के पढ़ा नहीं है, तो जब आपने मेहनत नहीं लगाई तो why are you saying that you deserve the grade by just copying somebody's stuff? I don't usually talk about it in so much detail. एक दफा I remember final में मैंने ये question किया था, ठीक है, so I just put it in the question paper in the final exam, but I was noticing this trend कि इसको वाकई seriously नहीं समझा जाता, यानी we think it's very very normal. And I think because again there's no check and balance, ठीक है, and particularly अब क्योंकि online सब कुछ हो गया, so it doesn't sound bad at all and it's very easy to do, ठीक है. तो असल चीज ये है कि आप ये इस पे सोचें कि is it benefiting your friend, is it benefiting you? And some people can understand that, some people somehow it just doesn't, somehow it doesn't I mean it doesn't come to them, right? It's not so easy for them to understand why it's wrong. So इस पे थोड़ा सोचना चाहिए, and let's see what he says. It's not talking about cheating. Intention. This was long ago. This was pre-COVID, as you can see. Do you think we use any names in Urdu in Pakistan for the endangered species? Shaheen, ठीक है? खैर यहाँ पे अभी it really depends, I think, कि कौन सी species है. यहाँ पे फिर भी eagles आपको काफी नजर आती हैं. He says it's overwhelming for people. What do you think about Pakistanis? I think we don't care at all, right? I think we're very, very, very desensitized to a lot of things in the world. And in a way, it sort of makes me think a lot, because it's interesting how on one hand it shows us to be very like people who don't feel things a lot. I mean, it's not true. I don't think that's true. Like, and because we're so desensitized, we do have, as a society, we do pose like that, right? However, I know that individually, when you talk to people, that's not true at all. It's just that we sort of put a blanket over it and don't talk about it, right? What happens is eventually we may not be thinking about the world, but things that happen around us, that affects us. So thoda sa aur, I think, यानी awareness आप increase कर सकते हैं. A lot of times, I think, for example, if our maids are using water, if they're wasting water, they might, if you have somebody coming over and washing dishes for you, ठीक है, you have the power to talk to them about it. I mean, the first 10 times तो उनको नहीं समझ आएगी. But if we keep doing it, and again, उसमें यही है कि हम खुद कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, because it won't really affect anyone अगर हमने अपने अंदर वो चीज नहीं पैदा की, right? So if we are not really thinking about it, we're not doing anything about it, actions में हमारे वो चीज नहीं नजर आ रही, so it's very hard to tell anyone else. ठीक है? We still have to discuss judging others and what that means, and I want to do it from a religious point of view as well, because वो बहुत ज़्यादा लोग उसको फिर गलत की तरफ ले जाते हैं, right? और अगर कोई सही तरीके से कर भी रहा हो, उसको भी थोड़ा negatively देखा जाता है. But we do need to think about it, because it's something that you can't. हाँ, चले इसको अभी थोड़ा सा साइड पे कर देते हैं, because I do want to show you a tiny, like 2 to 3 minutes video on empathy. ठीक है, very interesting. I don't know if you've heard of Dr. Brené Brown. जब हम वो देखेंगे 2-3 minutes के, तो we'll discuss more on empathy and feeling for others. ठीक है, but essentially what he's talking about is feeling for animals and the earth, which is, I mean, in the beginning it sounds crazy, because to us, even thinking about other human beings is such a hard job, right? I mean, सबसे पहले आप खुद हैं, फिर आपकी family है, and then you start thinking about others. There are some of us who are by nature very, very empathetic. So you might find kids, you might have people around you or yourselves, and you see something and you just feel for it, whether it's a dog or whether it's a child on the street, anybody. Okay, so we're different in that way, but as a society, I meant to say कि हम इससे काफी दूर हैं अभी, ठीक है? But every drop counts, and you know that, ठीक है? Keep that in mind. I think we missed that. Around 90%. 90% of the fish are gone. Can you imagine that? I think it's very unimaginable. 90% चली गई, यानी 10% रह गई, और already बहुत सारी है. I mean, 10% of what was supposed to be is a lot in itself. अभी भी आप अगर चले जाएं in the deepest part of the ocean, you'll find creatures which you have no idea about, glow in the dark creatures and whatnot. ठीक है? और ये 10% रह गया सिर्फ. 90% has been wiped out by humans. On the other hand, I'm thinking, if you can't sleep at night, and does that help you at all? I'm just making you think out of the box. Okay? On one hand, I can say we are desensitized, we don't think about others. And I think थोड़ी सी awareness की ज़रूरत है, and everybody is human at the end of the day. Okay? So we do start thinking about these things. But then how sensitive do we want ourselves to be? Why am I bringing this up? On one hand, I sometimes think this is actually a big blessing of Pakistani society. Honestly, like over the years, I think it's actually something that you can use to your benefit. If you know when to empathize at the right time, यानी आप थोड़ा soft हो जाए, लेकिन जो हमारा thick skin जो हमारी बन गई है ना, it helps us in a lot of ways. It helps us if we just know कि हमने गलत बात कब गलत जगह नहीं करनी, right? So for example, if somebody is using their thick skin to not empathize and say the wrong thing at the wrong time, तो वो बात समझ आती है कि that's not good, right? Because you're not caring about others. But अपने लिए कई दफा you have to be thick-skinned. If you're staying up at night, you're unable to function, you're unable to take care of your responsibilities, and then as a parent or as a spouse, you're not able, or as a son or a daughter, you're not able to take care of your relationships because sometimes if something overwhelms us so much, तो उसमें जो हमारी responsibility है उसको भी हम fulfill नहीं कर सक रहे होते. At that point, you know you need help. यानी आपको तब professional help चाहिए होगी. You might need help how to learn different skills, how to sort of put the glass down. वो सुना होगा ना आपने कि एक glass आपने उठाया हुआ है, is it half full or is it half empty? You can keep discussing that, but at the end of the day you need to put it down. क्योंकि आप किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को अगर बहुत देर तक उसके बारे में सोचते रहें या अपने ऊपर रख लें, सर पे सवार कर लें, जो हम उर्दू में कहते हैं, it's not going to benefit you, right? So you need to maneuver all of these things. It's gonna come. So has anyone gone recently to Manora or the beaches? Anyone who's been there and has witnessed the jellyfish? Anybody online? कोई भी नहीं गया? काफी अर्सा हो गया. No people. You guys should take more. I thought I
Yes,
am the
miss,
only
I
one who
have.
decided. Acha ji. So where did you go and how long ago?
Miss, I think a couple years back I went fishing and like on the boat, I thought that a shopper was floating on the water,
Hmm.
and then the guide actually told me that it's a jellyfish.
Okay. So what happened with us is, I think 2 years ago, my brother, who was just, I think, a few years older than you guys, so he just graduated last year, and some other cousins, we went to Somniani beach, okay? And we had just so my brother had just stepped into the water, and the first thing that happened was a blue bottle, I think blue bottle kehte hain usko, blue jellyfish hoti hai, that stung him. So खैर हमने alhamdulillah, it didn't stop us from having fun, because what happened was we knew कि अच्छा एक अगर आपको आ गई ना नजर, that means it's a whole community, ठीक है? एक अकेली नहीं आपको कभी मिलेगी. So what we did was essentially, it's so bright कि आपको नजर आ जाती थी. So we were like in a group, we were in the water, and as soon as somebody spotted one, we're like shouting कि वहां से आ रही है, take care. So nobody else got stung. He got stung, but because he stayed in the water, it was just when he had started. तो वो क्योंकि salt water जो होता है वो help करता है, heal कर देता है. So he got stung the most. I think there were just 2 other very slight, brushes. लेकिन अगर वो full आपको sting कर लेती तो अच्छा खासा होता है. That was our first experience, and when I heard this, it reminded me of that. So it is a nuisance क्योंकि जहाँ पर लोग, यहाँ पे तो कोई कुछ करता नहीं है, but you're supposed to have like a net. Eventually आपको ये करना पड़ता है कि जो beaches हैं जो लोग use कर रहे हैं, you have to put a net around it so that jellyfish can't come in, ठीक है? यहाँ पे भी eventually करना होगा, करना पड़ेगा. This is funny.
He said when the liver.
Can you guys hear from the system or no? Speakers अब नहीं चल रहे? Is it loud enough at the back? It's fine. One ear sentence. Okay, so what can we do about it? Has anyone done anything about it? You cannot. That's really good. Yeah. I mean, at least in Lahore, I know that they don't give you plastic bags anymore. Okay, you can take your own यहाँ पे I don't know why कराची में सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, but यहाँ पे अभी तक नहीं हुआ है, and I don't know why. But what we can do is कि खुद कर सकते हैं. So every time we go, so for example, I think you have Metro, you have Hyperstar, where they give you those bags, ठीक है? आप वो खरीद लें, and then every time you're going shopping, you take them. जिस तरह पुराने ज़माने, I mean पुराने ज़माने में नहीं होते थे plastic bags, and plastic bags actually started when people thought कि ये everlasting है, तो उसमें concept यही था कि आप एक रख लें बड़ा सा, and you keep using that. But unfortunately now they go in the landfills, ठीक है? अब वो क्योंकि नुकसान दे रहे हैं environment को, तो we have to think again. So we can take those other, what are they made up of? The ones that they sell, the seeds. They can be recycled, or they probably, I think they're decomposable, I think. So you can use a decomposable sort. या कपड़े का बना लें. You can just get one sewn, honestly. कपड़े का धुल भी जाएगा. So कपड़े का, keep taking them. Every time you go shopping, take them, bring them home and use them again. So again, this is something which different people can have different opinions about, right? And you're open to have your own opinion, but let's see what he says. I think I do want to get comment on this, because somebody said yesterday when we were doing the 5 pillars, somebody mentioned jihad, right? Now, interestingly, that is another misconception. It is, so what is he saying? कि war इंसान तब करता है जब सारी बाकी आपने options अपनी, you failed in them. ठीक है, जितनी options थी peacemaking की, आप you failed and now you have to go to war. So it's the last resort. And interestingly, actually Islam में भी ऐसा ही है. और अगर आप history सही तरीके से पढ़ें तो exactly यही हुआ था. In the sense that everything was tried. देखिए कितने साल मक्का में रहे हैं Muslims? 10 plus years. More than Medina, right? If I'm not mistaken. So 10, I think 10 in Makkah, 13 in Medina. 10 से तो ज़्यादा ही थे, ठीक है? So like, imagine spending 10 years and they're being persecuted. उसमें से 3 साल वो boycott हुए थे, economic boycott था, poverty में रहे थे, and they didn't fight back. They weren't allowed to fight back, ठीक है? अब वो कहते हैं कि ठीक है, हम अपने घर छोड़ के, सब कुछ छोड़ के हम जा रहे हैं, हम दूसरी जगह जा रहे हैं. We're leaving everything behind, and the Prophet loved Makkah. They went to Medina. वहां पे उन्होंने अपनी जिंदगी शुरू की. They started living there, and again the enemies did not resist. ठीक है, वहां they wanted to finish them off. फिर एक हुआ बदर में वाकया हुआ. Then there were hypocrites, there were inside problems. अंदर से लोग assassination करना चाह रहे थे. And eventually, यानी वही बात आती है कि बदर में आप उनको क्या हुआ कि इजाजत मिली. You have to defend yourself. Survival, right? And then again, you have to study all of the wars, what exactly happened. So you need to have that context whenever we're talking about this. Important. Why is it worse now? Because of ethical warfare का concept ही खत्म हो गया. अब आप दूर से civilians को attack करते हैं. So where is the ethics, right? And once upon a time you were not supposed to hurt even trees, let alone civilians, innocent people. ये तो मुझे हमेशा डिप्रेस कर ही देता वैसे आई थिंक बिकॉज आई मीन व्हाट चॉइस डू वी हैव लिविंग इन पाकिस्तान आई मीन इन सम सोसाइटीज यू कैन गो साइक्लिंग टू वर्क यू हैव बसेस क्योंकि एक बस चल रही है इतने सारे लोग उसमें जा रहे हैं इट मेक्स सेंस one car one person me hello so like I do get depressed when I hear this like what can I do I need the car it's just easier I can drive on my own nobody I don't have a driver my husband can stay home with the kids. So I mean, a lot of things will sort of disappoint you or make you feel bad, but at least focus on the ones that we can do something about, right? So that's more positive thinking. I hope. I think post 30 भी अब ये हाल हो गया. So how many of you struggle with this? Like you know that it sort of is not good, but I mean, I just want to know the new data because I know most of my age people, 30 plus, we have issues. So for example, you know, our kid is sort of tugging at us, ki ye mama dekh le ya sun le. And then because we are so tired and we want some, you know, screen time, I'm checking my WhatsApp messages and I have to struggle to sort of put that down and listen to him. So aap logon ka kya haal hai? I mean, you're like, so you have to struggle with it, right? It's I think there's a documentary called Social Dilemma. That's also a very good one to watch. It helps you at least minimize, you know, I mean, it helps your struggle basically. So we're all struggling, but again, it's not all bad, right? Technology helps us a lot. लेकिन उसको किस तरह आपने use करना है and not be used by it, right? So that you can use it in a better way. I think that I recommend that. And this is true, by the way. So, for example, in Japan, they actually do not give supplements to pregnant women. Which why? Because their diet is so good. They don't need it. They're eating seaweed. They're getting the calcium and everything. So it's pretty eye-opening. Okay, here's what I want to do. थोड़ा सा skip कर रही हूँ, end तक जा रही हूँ. I want to see what he says. What is the solution? What you guys can do is listen to this part over this week, and I'm going to forward till the end when he, yeah, so here somewhere. We have 5 minutes. Consumer, this is also important. ये consumerism का बहुत मजे की एक video थी, but you have to listen to all of this on your own, ठीक है? I'm thinking, yeah, just this part and then the end. Hopefully, that will make up for the time. And, ये सिर्फ थोड़ा सा वो हो जाएगा, but fashion, this is very interesting. तो ये note किया करें fashion क्या करता है हमारे साथ. And I think that's why I'm happiest when everything is in fashion, you know, the long shirts, the short shirts, everything is in fashion. I think that's the way it should be, right? अपनी पसंद की चीज लें. So we're just ending with this. Okay, just hold on. Just a little bit. Yeah. So this was what I mentioned before, that the angels asked Allah why he created humans, right? When angels were already there to worship Allah, why were humans created who would just cause fasad and bloodshed on earth? Okay. Yeah. This is the end. This is just ending. 2-3 minutes. Probably can hear me as well, right? So we're just ending. It's honestly just a few seconds. Okay, so you can leave if you want to leave. Okay, thank you everyone. And there is how many? I think maybe 10 minutes that we skipped. So listen to that over this week and reflect on it. Okay? Because एक बात वो खुद कर रहा है, you need to understand what he's saying, but then also think of it in your own lives, in your own lives, and in your own worldview. तो मैं चाह रही हूँ थोड़ा सा आप इस पे reflect करें, ठीक है? So when you spend time, 10 minutes on your own, और आगे पीछे करके, you can listen to it again. And then after that, you don't have to go back to it. So for the final, I always include this video, but you don't have to listen to it again if you do it in, this time, if you do it well. अच्छी तरह इस दफा अभी आप सुन लें, ठीक है? Reflect करें उस पे, notes लिखें. Think about, like, for example, he was talking about the earth and pollution, and then in the end, he's talking about sins. So what connection is he making? Okay? So please think on that, and I'll meet you Friday, inshallah. So the quiz is on Saturday, and it's per bhi hai, so give some time to this over this week. Okay? Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Allah Hafiz.
अच्छा आप ऐसा करें.
Ma'am, Friday is holiday.
We just
Yes, ma'am.
And also when we're, if you look at the outline, what you can do is get the outline, have it on LMS, right? So आप outline देखें and then look at that package. If you can make sense of it. क्योंकि जो outline है ना उसमें page numbers जो लिखे हुए हैं, the whole content is there almost, and the ones that are not, वो articles available हैं easily, so you can get the PDF for that. ठीक है ना, सही है इंशाल्लाह। वो आगे पीछे होंगी, and also because the page numbers are book के page numbers. So for example, yes, बिल्कुल, ठीक है इंशाल्लाह। Okay, great. You're welcome. Allah Hafiz. Acha, so what I want to do is कि class के बाद, so like right now, you can come to the faculty lounge. Like I don't have an office, but faculty lounge में आप आ जाएं, and so Friday, Saturday after class. And if you have some questions जो आप बीच में, you can email me or WhatsApp me. आप पहले कर दें, and then we can discuss them after class. ठीक है? So if you have class or something, then you can even अगर आपके पास यानी some other day if you have time, and if you want time or could be class or something, तो आप वो कर सकती हैं. I can come for that. ठीक है?
I had a question, but the teacher is going to ask it on
Oh,
email.
I'm so sorry. I didn't notice. No. It's okay. We can, yeah. I mean, I'm coming to you. Yeah.